Every day, more than 17 veterans take their own lives. By building a gaming community that offers peer-to-peer counseling, GameCore is aiming for zero. Research shows that playing video games together offers social connection, stress relief, cognitive enhancement, and community building. On our Discord server, veterans, active duty service members, and supporters chat and game together. Some casual gaming sessions might only involve 2 or 3 people, while other events might include larger groups and be streamed on the GameCore Twitch channel. Most of the time, there is a GameCore member available to lend an ear to anyone who needs it. Join the Discord server. It's free. We are an inclusive community and we don't require anything of our members. If you want to be more involved, there are always opportunities to volunteer.
All right, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday night broadcast of the Tech4Troops Cup Series here on the IWM Broadcast Network. I am Rick Souza here in the booth with John DeRudris. John, we're at Michigan for the Firekeepers Casino 200, and it's going to be a wild one. We've got a full field, folks.
Yeah, it's a full field, and that is exciting here on the Tech4Troops Cup Series. And for us here at the IWM Broadcast Network, thank you all for tuning in to another Wednesday night broadcast. Rick, I'm stoked. I mean, a full field at Michigan is something that we haven't seen in a bit, but what that means is that it's going to be high octane, 2 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide, and Rick, do I dare say 5 wide action here at Michigan?
Gosh.
There's 5 lanes. It can happen.
Yep, Michigan is a wide track, so drivers have a lot of options for how they attack this, but it's got an old surface. There's a lot here. There are bumps. There are little things that are particular to Michigan, and it could make for a very interesting field, especially at the start of this race on restarts when you've got 40 cars bunched up together on a restart. It could get very interesting.
It could. Well, let's look at some of the race information tonight here in the Firekeepers Casino 200. Looking at about 70 degrees in the air, but goodness gracious, track temp at 111 degrees. That's going to be a hot one. 100 laps here tonight, pit road speed 55 miles an hour. No quick repairs, 4 sets of tires, which means 1 on the car. 4 or 3 in the pits there, Rick?
I don't know. It's a math thing. We'll figure it out.
We'll see. And then 75% fuel, and I'm calculating that fuel run will be anywhere between 27 to 30 laps. Of course, 3 green-white checkers. And one of the big things here at Michigan is the fact that the draft plays into effect more than other tracks. I mean, if you look at this track as it is, it's wide, it's sweeping, and you can basically draft your way all the way down to the back stretch and all the way to the front stretch. And we often see some major runs going into 1 and going into 3.
Yeah, exactly. And, we are expecting a lot of action on track. We'll see how it goes. But we're definitely going to see some drafting. Michigan's kind of like, it's not quite a Darlington or Talladega, but it's got some of that same super speedway feel to it.
It absolutely does.
Seeing a lot of drivers
trying to...
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep, practicing their way, trying to get in there. That's Sturgill and Harold trying to figure out how to come off of 3 and 4 and drop in there. Certainly.
Yeah, and it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. And it looks like we just got confirmation that we have 4 sets in the pits. So 5 total sets for tonight's race.
There we go. It was something like that. All right. We figured that out. That's perfect. All right. So here we are. Let's talk about where we are with just a minute before we go qualifying. The current standings here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series.
Yeah, Marcus Adams still at the top of the board, 3 wins. Kyle Smalley there with 2. Walker Thomas with 2. And basically 10 different drivers have won the first handful of races, first half of the season essentially here. At the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Now, around the cut line, this is where it's starting to kind of separate just a little bit. Aiden Lucas has a 13-point gap over Tracy Powers and a 14-point gap, a 17-point gap over Christoph Hall. So that gap between 16th and 15th and 17th is slightly grown. So very interesting to see what those drivers below the cut line are going to have to do. I mean, like a Luke Bullard, to be able to catch up with Aiden Lucas, that's going to have to be at least 21 positions difference there for Luke to be able to surpass that 16th place driver of Aiden Lucas. But Ty Bostic sitting pretty up there, about 59 points ahead of Aiden Lucas. So not much to worry about. I would say he has a full race advantage before he has to worry about some things. But Alex Lenny slowly making his way up there as well. But any one of those drivers, I mean, Justin Lewis is a driver I would look out for. Chuck Van Scoik, Sammy Harrell, Ty Bostic, all those guys were in position to win in Nashville. I think it could happen again today in Michigan.
Yeah, well, we've got also 11 races to go before we enter the playoffs. So it's really still, with that many races to go, anybody has a chance to win and in. So, all right, looks like we're about to go qualifying. All right, with that, looks like Jordan Weaver is on track. And, John, we've got a number of new names tonight of drivers who have joined the Tech4Troops Cup Series. You'll hear names like Matthew Wood. We've also got Roberto Ramirez. And there's one other.
Zach Lindgren.
Zach Lindgren is here. I think he's substituting for somebody else.
Got it. Maybe Roland Collette?
It is Roland Collette. Roland Collette is also a new driver here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series.
All right, we got some cars on track right now looking at Matthew Wood. Let's go on board with the 21 here. It says in the booth on the tower, 16 on the track. Let's see if we can ride on board with him, see what he's doing here. 4th gear at the bottom. Trying to keep that car going in the right direction. Going to shift up in the 5th, I would imagine, right there. 192 going into the corner. Let off for a brief period of time. Obviously back on the throttle here, trying to get a good exit. See where he is going to stand once he crosses that line. Matthew Wood currently sits in P4, and that's a hot lap around here at Michigan.
Times are beginning to populate here.
Yeah, Jared Wishon a driver that I've been pretty hot on, was sitting P1. Now he is sitting P2 because Walker Thomas just ran a 39.078, the fastest lap of the day.
And Walker Thomas is coming off back-to-back wins, I think, correct?
I think you might be right.
Yeah. All right. Well, also joining us in the booth tonight is Noah Evans. Noah, welcome to the booth.
Yep. Thanks for having me, guys. Sorry I was a little bit late there. Lost track of time a little bit, but nonetheless, I'm here. So looking forward to a fast race tonight. Always a good race at Michigan, and I don't know, I'm always kind of shocked that this track isn't classified as a super speedway, but this is one of the most fun tracks to watch a race at. Multiple grooves here you can run at Michigan. So this is going to be a real change for these guys, going from Nashville, a little 1/3 mile to now an almost 2.5 mile speedway. So this is going to be a really fun race to watch.
Yeah, we've got as I was saying earlier, we've got an absolutely full field tonight. 40 drivers turned out for tonight's event.
Woo. A lot of action.
Big field.
Big field, yep. Well, big track too. So hopefully with the size of Michigan, they can spread out. We can make it through. We've got 100 laps here tonight, so looking forward to some great racing. It's like Michael Anthony has put up a great time, 39.078.
Wow. Yeah, fantastic time for him.
And again, we'll just see how this all works out tonight. I haven't checked the time of tonight's actual race and how that plays out temperature-wise. We'll have to figure that out as we get into the weather. We've just got 30 seconds left before we move on and grid up for tonight's event. Just a few drivers are still on track. Oh, unfortunately, that's Justin Horton. Just caught Justin, unfortunately, slamming that safer barrier. That's not good.
So he's got a little bit of front end damage there. So bringing it back down pit road.
Right.
He's crab walking a little bit.
Yeah, he's got some repairs to take care of.
Yeah, it's so easy to do as well. It's so easy to slide off the corner here, and it just slides. It keeps on going. Dale Jr. says slide job. Well, it's more slide, less job. Actually, it's all slide.
Yeah, it is really crazy watching. I mean, we saw it last week in the Cup race at Nashville. These safer barriers will catch you off guard, and especially at tracks like Michigan where it's just there. As soon as you come off the corner, you're pretty much at the wall. So these guys, when these tires start getting worn in and start getting older, you're going to see a lot more of that. Maybe not to the degree we just saw it there, but you're going to see a lot of scraping and a lot of tapping there coming off of turn 4.
Absolutely.
Well, looks like we are gridding up here. Let's go ahead and bring in tonight's grid.
Let's do it. All right, starting on pole for tonight's Fire Keepers Casino 200, the Tech4Troops Cup Series, brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network. We got Kyle Smalley up there with a 39 flat, exactly 39 flat. Walker Thomas in second, with Michael Anthony starting in third, with Jared Wishin starting in P4, Wyatt Gray starting in fifth, Matthew Wood, newcomer here to the Tech4Troops Cup Series, starting in sixth, Justin Lewis in seventh, starting P7, Austin Call starting 8th, Roland Collette, a new name here, starting in P9 in the 9. Look at that, 7th with Justin Lewis and 7th. Wow, look at that numbers. And Garrett Johnston starting in P10.
Andrew Pileshi finds himself in 11th with Roberto Ramirez, another new driver, starting in 12th. In 13th, Christoph Hall. In 14th, Nathan Yarnell. 15th is Aiden Lucas, and David Brown on the outside in 16th place. Jordan Weaver is in 17th with Luke Bullard in 18th, Chuck Van Scoik in 19th, and Aaron Jackson in 20th.
Ty Bostic in the 21st spot. To his outside will be Jeremy Brown. And then in the 23rd spot is John Ledger and Marco Barub in the 24th spot. 25th will be Zachary Allen in the 25 machine. Marcus Adams in the 31. He'll be in the 26th spot. Maxwell Caldwell will roll off 27th. Tracy Powers in 28th. Greg Stone in 29th. and Ryan D. Cook in 30th.
In 31st, Justin Horton with Sammy Harrell starting in 32nd. William Corinne starting in 33rd. Cody Sturgill starting in the 34th spot. Todd Merkel starting in 35th with Philip Van Ortwijk starting in P36th. 37th occupied by Alex Linney with Nathan Harper, Zach Lindgren, and David Watts not posting times but starting 38th, 39th, and 40th. Guys, we got 40 cars at Michigan. And Noah, I said this in the pre-race. I'm going to ask you the same question. We've seen 2 wide. We've seen 3 wide. We've seen 4 wide. Could we see 5 wide here at Michigan?
Oh, absolutely. This track's basically built for 5 wide action. I mean, we see it all the time. And when the Cup Series does make their annual visit here, we see it mainly on the starts of these races going into 1 and 2. So I have no doubt in my mind we'll see 5 wide. Heck, maybe we'll see 6 wide going down the back straightaway. But somehow, some way, they got to find a way to go at least 3 wide, getting back into the corner. So going to be a chaotic start here. It always is at a track like Michigan. This can be really fun to see how these guys are going to roll off of turn number 4 here as the pace car lights go off.
All right, here we go. Pace car is dipping down. We're about to enter the Geico restart zone for tonight's Firekeepers Casino 200. And green flag is in the air. 100 laps about to take place here at Michigan. Let's see how they're going to fan out going into turn 1.
Too wide as this field of 40 makes their way onto the backstretch. Seeing lots of jockeying for position.
Yeah, the ones of Walker Thomas, like, see you guys, I'm not going to worry about y'all. Y'all can fight for position. The 51 dropping back just a little bit on the start here. Nothing to be worried about, but there's the 14 of Michael Anthony securing P2.
Yeah, up front is really the place to be on these restarts here. We've seen it time and time again. But right now, pretty calm start from what we normally see out of most restarts or just general race starts here. But so far, we're staying clean here. A little bit of 3 wide action, but nothing too chaotic right now. It's too early on to be making the car to the wall. That's the 25 goes around. We'll see if he slides. Yep, there he goes. That'll
There's
be a
the
caution.
caution. Yep, I think that was off the nose of the 18. I saw a FanDuel car.
Yep.
And I saw them go 3 wide. Definitely might be the culprit there going 3 wide. We see some more smoke. Not sure anything else happened. The 42 is stopped on exit. Interesting. Okay, trying to figure out what happened
Alex
to the 40.
Linney. He's underway. Let's go ahead and try to figure out just what happened. I think Sammy Harrell at the 43 was involved as well.
Yeah. A lot of red, white, and blue cars. Oh, no. That was not 3 wide.
No, let's try to let that run here. So you see the 25 up high. 18 is drifting up.
I think the 18 is just getting really tight. Yeah, I think the 18 just got really tight off of exit and slid right up into the 25.
Yeah, it looks like the Corinne got into the wall a little bit as well. I don't think that was a result of the 18 getting tight.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah, 18 comes
Yep.
back up.
he hits 43 as well.
And the
Yeah, the
13 got a little bit. That's Tracy Powers.
Yeah, good save by the 14 there. You can see the 4 as well and the 24. Wow. I mean, you can't get much closer than that. I don't even know if any cars besides the 25 may have damage. We'll check that, but looks like everybody. I mean, it's lap 2 for crying out loud. You need tires that early? Everybody coming down pit road here.
I think 28th on through 40th has found their way back on to pit road.
Yeah, it looks like this might just be for fuel. A lot of 5.7, 5.8 second stops.
Yep.
There are some cars that slid like we saw. Tracy Powers, Justin Horton, Sammy Harrell there taking more than just the fuel count, but that's our first caution of the night here at Michigan.
All right, just 4 laps in. We're under our first caution. Surprising? Maybe not. Maybe so. We'll see. Looks like just a little bit of a. I'm not really sure just what happened, unfortunately, to the 18.
Yeah, I mean, this is a track that is, if you've raced on this in any sort of stock car, whether it's trucks, Xfinity, or Cup, you know how easy it is to get tight here. I mean, loose setups don't dominate as much. There really is a massive sweet spot you just have to find with your setup. So it is very easy to get tight here. I'm shocked that drivers got tight that early. If they're tight this early on, man, that car is going to be undrivable by like lap 20. So it's going to be interesting to see how these setups are going to play out. So that's what I'll be watching tonight.
All right, field is making their way towards the start-finish line. Should see the lights go off on the pace car. There we go, which means we'll be getting formed back up and back on the track. We do have a few drivers that are still on pit road. Nathan Harper and Zach Lindgren just coming in. Fortunately, Tracy Powers. We'll have to check on the 13.
Yeah.
I think he may have retired.
I don't. He's one lap down. Hate that for Tracy.
Yep. Nothing worse than going out in the first lap or two. So, hey, I'm sorry for that. But we are getting formed back up. You see those drivers trying to make it back up. That's Zach Lindgren, I think, making their way back around to get caught up with the field. They are about to enter turn 3, and we'll get this race restarted. A little bit different position. Michael Anthony now finds himself up in the second position. Walker Thomas up there as well. See the 51 of Kyle Smalley dropping to third.
He is. Alrighty. Got the field restacked, re-racked. We're about to be in the Geico restart zone to get this race back underway. Green flag in the air. Walker Thomas wastes no time getting back to the gas. Going to lead this field down into turn 1 as we see the field start to kind of dissipate on the low side. Highline trying to figure out what to do there as make our way through 1 and 2.
Yeah, the 51 really held back there on the start, but so far that looks out to be working in his advantage as he's going to try to... Oh, caution! Out again!
Oh, goodness. On the back, a couple cars. 12, the 18 again.
18 engaged again. Not sure what happened to Justin Horton.
Yeah, the 12's toe is completely knocked out of place. I think the 2 is involved.
Yeah, not a good night for that 18 machine, unfortunately.
Watching the 18 here.
Might be up ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where it originally...
Yeah,
it looks like it's already going. There's Corinne and Stone.
Okay, so we're watching. Let's keep an eye on the 12 because we knew he was involved.
Yeah, he may have been. Oh, it looks like it's just netcode.
With the 5 of Stone.
Yeah, Corinne gets into this. Yep, Corinne gets into the side toe there.
12. No fault of the 12.
Wow, 25 snuck by that. Heavy damage to the 2 as well.
Yep, Todd Merkel in the 2. David Watts gets collected to the 54. See the hood up on the 12 as he goes by, and somehow Justin Horton was involved somewhere as well.
I think he just slammed on the brakes trying to avoid a car. So
maybe. All right, so not the start we were hoping for here at Michigan, but things happen. We're 8 laps into this Firekeepers Casino 200, and a lot of drama.
Yep, I'm sure race control is going to have a fun night tonight. No, so far been a I would say chaotic's the word, but nonetheless, so far if we can get a green flag run, I expect these guys to start running really well, running really close. We saw it there with one of the 51. So really, I think close racing is going to be in our sights as we continue on. But we just got to break this little caution curse we're having right now.
So Race Control has notified us that the 18 of Justin Horton from the first incident will get a one-lap penalty, black flag. I think they're still assessing that second incident. All right. Well, it's Michigan. I don't really understand. I guess you probably have run laps here. Is there anything consistently that we're seeing here? Is it, off of, a particular corner that's doing this?
I mean, it's been it's been two the last two incidents. So, I think it's the cold tires. I think it is just the fluctuation of heat cycles and just cars getting either tight. At least that's the culprit right now. Turn 2 and tight. So, that's what I'm seeing. So just making some notes for later in the race, and maybe these drivers are noticing that these cars are having a little bit of an aero push on exit of 2, which is causing some of these incidents.
Yeah, and I think also, too, like I said earlier, this is a track that's really easy to get tight at. This banking is really odd. It really rewards running in the middle. So that's definitely going to heat your tires up a lot. But as cold as these tires are right now, there's going to be a lot of chatter and a lot of pushing. So these tires haven't really had that good of a chance to wear in so far, which is why I've seen a lot of drivers, get tight off the corner, run up into the wall, run up into somebody else. But I'm sure that will change when we get green flag runs. But, man, that is a great shot. Full field of, I think now 39 cars as one has retired. But going to be a good race here. If we can stay green, I expect some really close racing, a lot of passes being made. So coming off of turn 4 here at Michigan, I expect a pretty decently long green flag run here, hopefully. Crossing our fingers.
A couple drivers are still in the pits making repairs. So the 2 of Todd Merkel had some significant damage, as well as the 12 of Aaron Jackson. Those cars may return at some point.
All righty. Here we go. Cars are coming out of turn 4 again. Going to get another restart here in the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air, outside line. A little bit of a better jump this time. We'll see if the 51 of Kyle Smalley can battle the 1 of Walker Thomas. 1 shuts the door as we go into 1.
Well, those 2 are teammates between the 1 and the 51. And Michael Anthony, all part of the same team of Balls Out Racing. They're all up front. They've got that 71 of Wyatt Gray up there as well. So they're trying to figure out how best to run. Whoa, some big moves happening on track.
Yeah, we saw a dive down by the 14. The 71 came up, and they swapped spots right there.
Yeah, you can see these cars just really moving around here, trying to find any clean air that they really can. As you can see, the 71 there trying to fall in line. Just really big moves being made right now. Already going a little bit 3 wide there for just a moment, but so far nothing too crazy besides the cautions. These cars are flipping and sliding now. Soon to heat up. Yeah, you can see everybody trying to find that clean air on that really low line, then fall right back up. And that clean air, I think, is going to be one thing we're going to be talking about a lot tonight. Going to go almost 3 wide for the lead here. Can't quite get there. The one's still going to maintain it off of turn 4.
Yeah, 3 wide, a little on the back too. See what's going to happen there. As see the 71 dip down below the 14. Now we're starting to see some of those runs happen, as we are still potentially going to be 3 wide. There's the 47 in the middle. Don't know if he's going to get clear. Oh, I think the car on the bottom of the 0 got a little loose.
Yeah, he backed out a little bit there to try and save it, which he did. Looking back through the field a little bit here. Lots of action mid-pack.
Mid-pack racing at Michigan is always, sometimes it is more fun to watch than what's happening up front. 4 wide there for a moment there. Just really tight there coming off of turn number 2. Car already scraping the wall there. But, I mean, it is about as close as you can get right now. Everybody just making moves, trying to fall in line, find where they're cut. Oh, 83 going around, saves it. Wow.
Oh,
there goes Bullard. He's going to save it as well. Wow.
Yeah. Impressive by both of those cars to keep it going in the right direction. Well, here we got 4 wide. Yeah, here's our 5 wide. Oh, boy.
There we go. Almost 6 wide. 6 wide coming down the front straightaway. Wow.
Well, we knew it was going to happen. I just didn't expect it to happen on lap 14. But what an amazing save by the 83 and the 3. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I've never seen 2 saves like that happen just back to back. I don't know how both of those guys saved it. That was impressive.
This is 20th on back here with this back. They are just battling for position 3, 4, and 5 wide.
Yeah, we're going to get 3 wide again off of exit right here. There's a 24, the 31 as well. There's a car below him. Now falling back a little bit.
That's 64 of Cody Sturgill jumps back up. There's a lot happening here. This is just lap 15. We're racing, I guess, the last lap.
That 3 is all sideways.
Yeah, he is dangerously loose right now.
And he's stuck in the middle. He's got
back.
the 23 to the outside.
You can see that back end just wants to fishtail in the middle of the corner, so we'll see what adjustments he'll make. 3 wide down the front straightaway now. That's Corinne Bostic. And I'm trying to see who that is on the inside. We're going to go back to double file into 3 and into 1 and 2 here. 3 wide? Yes, 3 wide coming off of turn 4. We'll see if they can maintain it. They will. Bullard now going to try to find a line there between Van Nortwick and Bostic. Well, we'll see. That 3 car definitely going to be one to watch tonight. He may have he looks like he has a fast hot rod, but we'll see if he can get his way up there after hopefully making an adjustment in the pits.
Looks like temperature's actually gone up on track. It's showing 112 degrees on track here at Michigan.
Yep, that's not a good sign. That means that it's going to just get even more slick as this race goes on. Let's go back up to the front and see what's going on there with Kyle Smalley and Michael Anthony now taking charge. You know, kind of single file. Nothing too crazy going on right here at the front. Got some bump drafting and a potential lapped car that's going to be in front of these guys. And that's something that I think possibly we need to talk about is the effect of the draft and the effect of bump drafting here. I think this could be a race where if you hook up with your teammates and you're 1-2 or 1-2-3, you can basically aero block and push your way to a win.
Yeah, that's the 18 of Justin Horton, I believe they're coming up on.
You know, I think right now, if the guys from Balls Out Racing and Goat Diecast and Factory Nexus, a lot of really good guys up front here, so we'll see if they can all hook up together. But Balls Out Racing has just been a powerhouse this year.
Yeah, they've done a great job. A great job just, I mean, being consistent, being up front, and it helps that they can qualify up there too. We've seen how in a lot of these series and a lot of these leagues, track position and being on pole and being up at the front is something that you need to have in your repertoire if you want to win some of these races because of how hard it is to pass. And so we're seeing that right now. Speaking of passing, let's talk about our 2 biggest movers of the race. Right now, the 4 of Nathan Harper up 19 positions from 38th up to 19th, and Zach Lindgren up 9 positions as well, up from 39th spot up to 20th. So those 2 drivers doing a great job so far. Unfortunately, one of our biggest losers of the race is Aaron Jackson, currently 10 laps down, minus 18. You know, there's always the flip side of the story there, so hate that for him. But what's some pretty impressive gains we've seen from a lot of these cars here tonight?
If you're tuning in and wondering why some drivers have a blue background behind them, those are drivers who have already qualified for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, like, it looks like 6 out of the top 8 have all qualified for the playoffs. I mean, there's a reason why, guys. There's a reason why they have that blue highlight by their name and why they're running up front. It's because they can do that consistently and do it often. So see if somebody new may be locking in a win here tonight. And some of the drivers that I want to pay attention to on that strategy would be Nathan Harper. They're on an alternate strategy. Same thing with Zach Lindgren, Marcus Adams. He's won 3, but still on an alternate strategy. Maxwell Caldwell, Philip Vanderwick, Sammy Harrell, Marco Berube, Zach Allen.
Also, too, keep an eye out on that driver in second. That's Michael Anthony in the 14 machine. He's not even anywhere near the top 20, right? He's not even in the top 20 right now in the playoff picture. So it could be a really big run for him tonight if he can pull off a win. We saw him look at the lead a couple times here. We'll see if this lap car will play into it now, coming down the back straightaway. But 4 cars actually out of your top 10 are not in the playoffs. That's Michael Anthony, Jared Wishon, Andrew Pileshi, and Justin Lewis. So keep an eye out for those guys. They're going to be really hungry for a win tonight. So keep an eye out on those 4 drivers. But in the meantime, back up front, it is Smalley. It is Anthony. Anthony's been close a couple times. He just can't quite get it done here. But these, like you said about drafting, it's going to mean everything. And this aero blocking that we've seen out of the next gen is really going to play a part into this. Looks under, can't quite get there. Gets 18 loose. Here they go down the back straightaway looking for the lead.
Oh, boy. Hold on, folks.
Leaders trying to get around this lap down car of Justin Horton. 18 got super loose.
Yeah, that throws Wyatt Gray into the mix now.
Yeah, I mean, I expect those guys. You can see the 51 drop down to 71.
Try
to take it 3 wide. Oh, boy, this is going to get dicey into turn 1.
18 did not give up the position. He's fighting back for his slot, although I can't tell for the moment just how.
This is not good. Oh, goodness. Oh, gosh. Yep, nope, there we go. That's not good.
Oh, yeah.
14-71. I saw that potentially happening.
Yep, he saved it, though.
Yeah.
No caution.
It is odd to me how close the 18 was racing the 14 is
Oh, now
he's there he goes.
No, and we're wrecking again.
There we go. All the way back down the track into the infield, and there he goes. Parked right there against the infield wall. Couple cars taken out. The 14, disaster averted. He's going to lose a lot of spots, but he's not going to have damage from it.
Yeah, and I think the 18 was trying to battle for his lap back. Understandably so. He was the only car a lap down. Maybe he was trying to wait, and hopefully that there was nobody else that would go a lap down. But let's see what happened here. Oh,
yeah, just got into the 47 there.
That's Austin Colts. So you got Johnson beneath him, trapped in the middle.
Yeah, drifts up the track a little. Yeah, drifts up the track there, and then goes back down. The 15's already coming up there as well, and then that just collects both of them.
Fortunately, I'm not really sure it was the 18's fault.
And they tags 0.
'18 has had a tough night tonight.
Yep, going from pretty bad to worse. Unfortunately, but
yep, we'll see if that night can improve as we have the entire field down pit road, and let's see who's going to be able to make the right call here and be quickest out of pit road and take the lead. There's the 51. Him and the 1 are fairly close, and here we go. 51 wins the race out of pit road.
All right, that's our third caution of the night here. We are just a fourth of the way through this race, and we've had a few cautions here. Not terrible, but that certainly had a number of cars involved. Garrett Johnston, Christoph Hall, Jordan Weaver, Justin Horton, all involved in that last incident. All right, did have received words that the 18 has been unfortunately disqualified tonight. So also the 2 of Todd Merkel has also retired from that second caution event that went on. So the 2 is now out.
A lot of cars out early. A lot of actions happen too.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you get 40 cars on a track like this, it's bound to happen, guys.
But up front, it's been, besides the incident with the 14, just great racing up in front for the lead there. A lot of teamwork we've seen. Just drafting, and especially at a drafting track like this, patience is the name of the game. And we've seen a little bit of patience tonight, I'd say, but, at some point, it's going to run out.
It is. Also, really quick, got a shout out to Lorraine. She says, "Go John L, John D, and Ty Bostic." Hi, Lorraine. I get scolded every Thursday night if I don't shout her out every Wednesday night. So, guys, you got to keep me accountable to that, please. And shout out to my buddy Chad watching as well. He says, "Hi, John." Hello, Chad. Looking at that there, looking at the comments. Appreciate everybody for commenting and would love to continue those conversations and have you in the conversations and continue to watch the Tech4Troops Cup Series and any other series we have going on, as well as the INRS on Thursday night. So make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any racing action here on the IWM Broadcast Network that we bring. And make sure to tell a friend. And if you want to have some conversations in the comments, we reply. We've already talked to Matt Wood and Jordan Booth, who's in running part-time in the INRS on Thursday nights. So we'll love to have you. Thank you for everybody who's subscribed and watched so far.
All right, coming back to this restart here, a lot of guys to watch. Right now, who are you guys looking at going back to this restart here? Obviously, everybody with new tires, but who's you guys' one to watch?
I'm watching.
I'm looking at the.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say I'm looking at the 4. I'm looking at the 4. He's up 26 spots up to 12th.
I'm watching
he's on a mission.
The 47. He's made his way up to 3rd here. Not but he's +5. He's always been someone to charge and get up to the front. So keeping an eye on Austin Call there.
Yeah, I think the 14 is going to be one to watch in this restart too. He is mad as a hornet about that last incident that he had, so he is really going to be fighting his way and chopping up through this field. So keep an eye out on the 14 machine.
For sure. Here we go. Might have some 3 wide action going into 3. That looks like yep. A little bit in the back there though. We got a car up high. That's the
14.
The lead 14, just like you said. And here comes more drivers going to go 4 wide across the line. There's the driver I was looking at.
Oh, contact.
Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Big hit.
Christoph Hall.
16 involved as well. Ledger
John
in
Ledger.
it as well. Van Norwick barely gets by it.
No caution. No caution. No caution. We're still going.
They're both really slow here. We'll see if they can make it back to pit road or at least get a tow here.
Goodness gracious. That was a tough hit. We need to go back and take a look at that.
Yeah, that was a really hard hit. Just nothing he could do there.
Trying to find exactly where that.
That was kind of in the middle of the, or going into 1. It was going into turn 1 on lap 30 or lap 29. There's a 4, making it 4 wide. And the 98 and
like
the 55.
There's a 55.
55 moves up, yeah.
And then,
yeah, he just gets, boom, yeah. Hard hit there. It really is hard to tell. It looks like they just kind of got into each other. What was going down, what was coming up. Couldn't really tell there. Let's go back and see it again here. Yeah, watch the 2 seams in the asphalt there. We'll see. That'll kind of be a good standstill spot.
Trying to get a slightly different view here. Give me just a second to figure it out. There we go. Let's try this shot. Here we go.
Yeah, the 55's creeping up a little bit.
Yeah. It's like 98. He's holding his line pretty much all the way through that corner there. Doesn't really get off that seam.
Nope, and that's where the 55 came up, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's on the 55, unfortunately.
Unfortunate for Ledger as well. He's just an innocent bystander during that. Going back up front here. Good battle for lead here. A lot of good cars in this battle for lead here, especially the 47 machine. Hard Charger. He found his way up to the 4th spot now.
Looking on back, biggest mover of the race is the 05 of Zach Lindgren. Up 27.
Wow.
Right there, all the way to P12 with Nathan Harper up 25, up to 13th. So those are some drivers that you do not want to count out. There they are, nose to tail, probably going to get some more positions right here. And we have about 66% of this race to go, so I like the math on that. 27 spots gained in 33 laps. Pretty darn good, if you ask me.
Yeah, we talked about the top 10 earlier as well. We had 4 playoff drivers, or 4 non-playoff drivers in the top 10. That is now extended to 6 cars who are not in the playoffs. It's Aiden Lucas, Jeremy Brown, Andrew Pileshi, Michael Anthony, Justin Lewis, and Jared Wisham. I have no doubt in my mind these guys are going to be hungry for a win. Jared Wisham in that number 60 Circle B diecast machine, right behind Kyle Smalley. Justin Lewis, our all-star race winner, he's still looking for his first points-paying race win of the season. Anthony Pileshi, Brown, and Lucas, a couple of them have been close to victories this year, just haven't been able to find it. But that 14 machine of Michael Anthony, he has cut his way up through this field, restarted in 14th. He is now up to 5th. If there was ever a time to have a Field Master Award, if he can keep this up, he may get it.
A lot of drama going on right behind him with Justin Lewis, Andrew Pileshi, David Brown. But there's this pack of 8 or 9 cars have kind of broken away a little bit from the field, kind of separating, not by a lot, but there's definitely a gap as they spread out.
And that's what's going to happen here, especially if we see some green flag pit stops. That could really separate this field. If you look at the top right-hand corner, separated by almost half track now. When we started getting into the fuel strategy, that's when things decide, and we'll get a little bit spicy for all these cars.
Yeah, there's about a 2.5 or so second that separates that first group. Oh, something was off track.
Austin call.
We go under caution. Cooper did bring out the caution.
Look at all that dirt he's kicking up on the track.
Michael Anthony also engaged in that.
Oh.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Michael Anthony there. Second time he's been spun today. See, call going to go under.
Just a little too close for that 47, and then it just continues. Well, let's go back live. Michael Anthony does get around. Number of drivers are on pit road.
Yeah, we have basically almost everybody except about 10 to 11 cars. More pit strategy playing out right here. Looks like some drivers took maybe right sides only, maybe just fuel.
Yeah, it's like Justin Lewis did a full stop. Everybody else, they have taken fuel only. Well, deeper in the back. Yep, it's a mix. A blend of drivers gambling on fuel and others who are saying that, man, my car is a little slippery out here. Well, with all the different strategies, some folks coming in at lap 25 and the second half of the field coming in around lap 36, kind of like, what did we figure out, John, for laps for fuel?
Should be about 28 to 30 is my assumption right now.
All right, so with that, we are going to take a quick commercial break. We'll go side by side. You won't miss the restart. We thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network.
Hello, my name is Jack Raymondson. I manage business development here at Tech4Troops, and I'm my second year with this amazing veteran nonprofit owned and operated by veterans for veterans. I served in the U.S. Marine Corps as an amphibious assault crewman from 1992 to 1996. I also served in the U.S. Coast Guard from 2002 to 2007, joining after 9/11 as an operations specialist, then serving as an instructor at Coast Guard Training Center, Yorktown. I also spent many years as a first responder volunteering as an EMT and fireman. I'm here at Tech4Troops because I believe in our mission to empower veterans and their families with the gift of computers and technology training, as well as our outreach to help curb veteran suicide while providing a safe and meaningful community where veterans are treated with respect and dignity. We are aiming for zero veteran suicide through gaming and other program opportunities. We help veterans regain a new sense of purpose and help them see they have a brighter future ahead of them. It truly is an honor and my pleasure to serve my fellow veterans and help give them a leg up. 2024 is Tech4Troops' 10th anniversary year, and I ask that you help us support our veterans and their families with a computer donation and or greatly needed financial contribution, so we can help every last veteran in need. Together, you and Tech4Troops can be change makers. Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the IWM broadcast of the Tech4Troops Cup Series here at Michigan in the Firekeeper Casino 200. We are in our fourth caution, about to come back live with Kyle Smalley, the 51, in charge of this restart.
He's the man in charge. Let's see what he can do. Coming out of turn number 4. Green flag back in the air here at Michigan. 51 off to a great jump.
Only 3 playoff drivers remain inside the top 10, so this field definitely has been shaken up. Yeah, you can see Jared Wisham, Aiden Lucas, Nathan Yarnell, Roland Collett. Not a lot of names we've talked about up in front. Sammy Harrell, Chuck Van Scoyk up there in the top 10 as well. But it is still Smalley and Thomas. And I expect these 2 cars up here, they've been the best all day. So I expect these guys to be really your main competitors. But don't count out Jared Wisham either. He held the lead for a couple of laps there. So he's a pretty strong car tonight. So keep an eye out on this top 5.
Yep, only 2 cars have led laps here tonight. The 51 and the 1 currently have not changed spots since the start of this race as they stand right now. So curious to see how long that's going to last. But let's talk about, continue our biggest movers of the race. Zach Lindgren now up 32 positions, up to P7. Could he be pulling a Ross Chastain? He could. Ross Chastain went from last essentially to first. Could we see Zach do the same thing here? And one of his few starts here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series.
It's possible. If it can happen once, it can happen again.
Looks to be that corner, exit out of 2 has certainly played havoc with these guys. Lots of sliding. We'll probably need to go on board with Zach Lindgren his next time by and to let him take us through his lap. So he's out of the throttle, but not downshifting. We've seen go back up. We saw lots of downshifting in the Kyle Smalley 51.
Mm-hmm. You can see Zach just.
You can hear the tires scrubbing a bit there. You can definitely see a little bit of movement. Look at the 83.
Yeah,
Contact.
that was a
Real
little.
tight.
I don't think Zach liked that little move there. Like, hey, dude, I was coming to the high side there. I was trying to go high, and you blocked.
Look at this 7 with the slingshot around the outside. Tried to make that work. He gains 2 spots from doing that. Gets by Austin Call and Van Scoik there. What a move. Wow. You can see he's really his only car. Yeah, look at the speed he gets running that high line there. Much faster up there. We'll see if everyone will begin to shift up there. Just the run he gets on that high side is just much faster. Looks like he'll run the middle line here. Can he get it? Yes, he can.
Yeah, just to get around the 43, I think he's using that line.
Impressive driving.
Very impressive stuff out of that 7. We know he's fast. Here comes the 23 now, trying to enter the picture, up 8 spots, up to 11th. As we see Zach Lindgren trying to make his way up 33 spots now.
He's still dealing with David Brown right in front.
A little bit of a bump draft there.
Just 5 laps away from the halfway point here at Michigan. Watching our number of movers and shakers, one being the 05 of Zach Lindgren here, but they're 3 and 4 wide behind them. It's all spread out.
Oh boy, we got some action right there in the back. You see the 14 in the middle of that 3 wide battle. He just slid up to the top lane. But side by side, Nathan Yarnell, Walker Thomas now for P2.
The 55 of Nathan Yarnell is up 11 spots. Oh, just tapped the wall.
He got really loose out of 2.
Yeah, he is in that 3rd spot up there, battling it out with the balls out crew.
Yeah, that is a very, very angry pack of race cars behind the 51 machine of Smalley. Just look at how many there are. We haven't seen this many cars up in the lead pack in a long time. But look at that 7 setting it 3 wide there. Down on the inside, we'll see if he can make it work. Justin Lewis up to 6 now. He may be a car to watch right now. He's one of the fastest cars out on track. He's going to slide up there. And he gains about 2 spots from that move.
It's got Lindgren right there as well. That's Zach Lindgren in the 05. David Brown in front. Just a lot going on.
A lot going on for sure. The 05
contact.
got a little loose there.
Yep,
Yeah, 05
and
got loose.
I think the 43 was able to save it, but he also had a little bit of loosey-goosey there.
And we are back 2 wide through this field again. Can't seem to shake it. Top 3 are kind of checking out a little bit, but still 2 by 2 by 2.
It's like you broke into almost 2 packs at this point. I think there's a lead group of around 20 or so drivers. I think the 47 is the tail end of the field.
And that's what will happen here at Michigan. If you lose that lead draft, it is somewhat tough to make it back. But guys, we are 1 lap away from halfway here at the Firekeepers Casino 200. Want to say thank you to everybody who's tuned in so far to this race. And gotta say, you've seen viewership drop off at the end of these races, but I think a lot of people don't realize that we actually interview the top 3 drivers every single week in and week out. So you'll get some insights from the cars and the people behind the wheel of whoever wins 2nd and 3rd place there. So make sure to stick around to hear from some of the drivers who are at the top of the boards.
See the 34 of Aiden Lucas drop under, trying to get around the 24 of Philip Van Nortwick. He's trying. Just up in front of them. We're 2+ wide. Oh, there's a 55 bailing a bit there.
You can't drive down there.
See maybe some 3-wide action. Chuck trying to get to the low side of the
he's
05.
really loose.
Yeah, he's bailed. He was up to second, third. He's now back in 11th and losing ground.
Yeah, if you look at
big block.
Yeah, huge.
John, one of the things we didn't cover, here we are halfway through this race, was your keys to today's race.
Oh, good. Well, let's see how true they are when it comes to the keys. So drafting, right side tires, and pit strategy. Well, I'll have to say drafting has been a big factor here tonight. Pit strategy, not so much. And right side tires, it seems to me that cars who are on older tires are starting to fall off just a little bit more. So I'd say those keys are pretty accurate, with drafting being having the greatest effect on where you are on the track. So currently right now, the field from first all the way back to 35th separated by 21 seconds, but we have two somewhat now one cohesive pack formed here at Michigan.
So with those drivers who haven't pitted since lap 25, including your leader, they may be looking at that gas gauge and saying, maybe time.
Yeah, another one of the things at Michigan, too, is you've got to take care of that right rear tire. That is your kind of saving grace. Look at Justin Lewis going on the inside here looking for third, but those right rears are really what you want to take care of. It looks like so far Justin Lewis is taking really good care of his. He's now going for second now. He may find himself in the lead in a couple laps.
Yeah, he pitted last in lap 36, so he may have a little bit fresher tires. He took that was a full pit stop for him, so he's on fresh rubber since lap 36.
I think we have a car.
I just saw a car go to the apron.
Yeah. Not sure what happened, but here's Justin Lewis wrapping the high side out of 3 and 4, going to get a massive run. One thing I want to note, he is on 11 lap fresher tires, him and Marcus Adams, than the leader. So they have fresher tires in that 51, but the 51's been able to keep that lead due to fresh air and due to the draft.
Absolutely. I guess the question will be, when will that leader come in?
I mean, right now he is sitting on 20, about 19 really. Excuse me, sitting on 30. So we shall see when that 51 decides to come down pit road. And yellow is out. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Here we go. Sturgill.
Yeah.
So he'll get it back rolling.
And great timing probably for those drivers who pitted last on lap 25.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh no.
Got a little help from the 3.
Yes, I got helped around a little bit more.
Oh, there's Ty Bostic.
Oh, almost.
And then
he takes
the 3 gets a little bit.
Somehow didn't take Buller within the 0. I mean, really, all he could do to get by that was just run the wall.
Tough break for the 64. That brings out our 5th caution of the night. And Rick, I haven't talked about this really all season, but remember that trend that I always talk about, 10 laps? Yeah, it's at 11 right now. Gosh darn it. We found that trend again. Always
trends.
Around 10 laps every single time. Either way, this whole field is making their way down pit road. And this might be for the second to last time. So this is a pretty big pit stop for these guys if we go green to the rest of this race. We'll see what the 1 and the 51 do here in the pits. Looks like the 51 will have a little bit of a better stop just from timing. That 7, though, looks pretty fast. Here he comes, the 7. 7 might jump the 1. He does. But I think we'll come out of pit road 3rd.
Yeah, so he'll stay in that 3rd spot. Excellent pit stop there from Justin Lewis. So he'll find himself on the inside of row number 2, which at a track like this, that's kind of prime positioning when you really think about how these restarts go. That inside line really gets going a lot earlier. So we'll see what he can do up against Kyle Smalley.
All right. Just past halfway point here in Michigan. Just 44 laps to go. This was a great opportunity for pretty much everybody to reset, start fresh, and get ready to go back to racing. Couldn't have come at a better time for Kyle Smalley.
All right, here is the field, 43 laps away from the end of this race. And looking right now at some of the biggest movers actively, still Nathan Harper currently at the top, but you got Marcus Adams up 24 spots. Looking at some of the other drivers who were in this, Zach Lindgren still up 23. He is currently sitting, though, in 17th, but there's that top 20 right there. What a run by Marcus Adams. Again, he has 3 wins for a reason. No surprise seeing up there, up at the top. But Nathan Harper up almost 30 spots. So big moves all the way. Philip Van Nortwick up 21. Jeremy Brown up 11. Chuck Van Scoyk up 11, too. David Brown up 10.
Yeah, prime race for a lot of big movers tonight. And I think that really has been the name of the game so far, is just kind of staying quiet, staying anywhere in that top 10, which has been probably the most peaceful part of this field tonight. Going back green here, Kyle Smalley, he's got a hard charger right behind him, going back to green here in the air through the Geico restart zone. Smalley with a good jump there. He's got the 31 his outside. Lewis falling back. Let's see if he can get back to the inside of the 1. Nope, he's going to fall back in line.
Yeah, we got single file for the top 6, 7 cars. And then we have the Hornet's Nest side by side right there. See some cars kind of bouncing off the wall. The 23 and the 91 side by side.
Jeremy Brown in the 07. You've got Matthew Wood to the outside. It's like that 91 found the safer barrier there for a bit. Nathan Harper up 30 spots, finds himself in 8th.
It looks like we've gone single file now, so these guys kind of knowing what the stake is, wanting to stay a little bit calmer here. They know it's still too early to be making moves like 3 wide, 4 wide, maybe even 5 wide at some point. Take a look at the 07 there.
Oh, caution's out.
And I shouldn't have said anything. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, it's just announcer's jinx, really. There's the 71. Yep, 71. It's like he may have been a solo spin. We'll see what happened there on the replay. Oh, Michael Anthony again.
Goodness gracious.
Not the night he wanted, unfortunately.
No, we need to back this up and see. Oh, 3 wide, and the 14 came up a little bit.
Yeah. Take a look at the 71 here. Let's look at the seam in the asphalt there. That'll kind of give us a better judge. He is going upwards.
Yeah,
Trying to get away from the
14.
14.
Yeah, 14 going up as well, and then the 14 just kind of drives through him there.
Yeah,
he's
I mean,
trying to get back up, just drives straight through him.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. That's not like nothing egregious there. Just
not really Yeah, he didn't really have much choice there. I mean, either way, the 71's going around. If the 14 goes any lower, he's going to be in the inside wall. But I think we need to lay off the caution word for a little bit tonight, because it seems like every time we say it, one comes out. So 60 laps in so far. It's been chaotic, but we still have a long time of racing to go. And Kyle Smalley, just dominant. That really is what he's been all night. He's led the most laps so far, and no doubt in my mind, he could possibly win this race. I think he has the best chance out of anybody.
Yeah, 47 laps led out of the 61 completed.
And what this does, guys, is this puts us right on trend for that C word that I'm not going to mention. But we are exactly on trend with that 10-lap average there. So, no, I don't know if you've seen any of our previous races, but we were, gosh, Rick, I don't know. I mean, it seemed like every race, not every race, but a lot of them, the average was about 10 green flag laps, and then we saw that yellow flag wave. And so, haven't seen it too much this season, but here we are, 6th caution of the night.
All right,
yeah, that's about what it's been.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a way to safely and securely dispose of your old electronic devices? Why not donate them to Tech4Troops? Tech4Troops is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to bridging the technology gap for in-need veterans and their families. The donation process is quick and easy. Simply go to tech4troops.org and click on the donate link at the top right-hand side of the page. Scroll down to access the Give Back Box link. To create your shipping label, click Add to Cart and complete the checkout process. The shipping label is good for up to 50 pounds. You can recycle most standard shipping boxes to send in your devices. Oh, don't forget the power cords. Give new life to your old technology by responsibly recycling with Tech4Troops. Help save the environment and support a veteran.
All right, welcome back to the IWM broadcast of the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Tonight, here, Wednesday, we are at Michigan for the Firekeepers Casino 200. We are 62 laps complete under our 6th caution of the night for a small little incident on the backstretch. But Marcus Adams and Kyle Smalley battling up front right now. Kyle Smalley has led a good bit of tonight's event. We appreciate you tuning in, and if you get a chance, click that subscribe button, and we'll keep you up to date. Join our family of subscribers and here on the Tech4Troops and IWM Broadcast Network.
Yeah, and right now, Marcus Adams and Kyle Smalley, that's going to be a great battle between those two drivers who have got multiple wins between each of them.
Yeah, one driver to note as well in the 11th spot, Ty Bostic has moved up a lot in these last couple laps here, so keep an eye out on the 22 machine.
Justin Lewis is in first gear.
Interesting call. We'll see what it does on the restart. Here he goes. Green flag back in the air.
He's hanging with him a little bit here. That may be what he needed. I mean, he's hanging with that top two, with these top three pretty well here. We'll see how that'll play out as he's got a car all up in his rearview mirror.
Here we see some wider pan shots as we see the battles going down in the turn 3. Love some of those camera shots as we see the 7 all the way up the track. Should get a great run out of turn 4. Gonna power off, gonna try to make a move.
Got blocked pretty good there.
We got like a 4-car bump draft, 4-car tandem drafting up there.
It's like a big breakaway to this group from this back pack, and they're battling hard. So the 4 of Nathan Harper. See Marco Berube in the 99 up high. As a second group.
Yeah, it's heating up now. You can see a lot of these guys have gotten super competitive here. So from 3 wide there, Stone in the middle. It's been Kyle Smalley all night. He's just one of the best cars out here, and that whole team at Balls Out Racing have really put together a lot of good setups, a lot of good cars, and they're one of the teams out here who, when they get hooked up, you can really see that team work super well together. So keep an eye out on them. That Zero trying to find his way back up to his teammates. But tonight, most of them are separated, and really unfortunate for them, but a lot of their cars have just been super unlucky, especially the Zero machine. But it's been the 51 all night, and right now it's looking like he's the one who can get it done.
'51 out there up front. Marcus Adams tucked in behind tightly. You got Walker Thomas right there in third, Justin Lewis in fourth, and Jared Wishon in fifth.
And right now, looking at some of the biggest movers of the race, Alex Laney now Marcus Adams up 24, but Alex Laney up 21, William Curran up 20. A lot of big movers.
Just trying to bring up that data.
Yeah, top 3 here, playoff drivers. Marcus Adams, what a run for him, up 24 spots. You got Justin Lewis, Jared Wishon, Roland Collett, Andrew Pileshi, Nathan Yarnell, Maxwell Caldwell, and Luke Bullard. Luke Bullard really rebounded here. He's up to the 9th spot now, had a couple spins early on, but he's found his way up to the 9th spot through all this chaos.
Just 31 laps to go here in tonight's event. Balls Out Racing driver Kyle Smalley is out there dominating. He's got some teammates behind him. But Justin Lewis in that 7 trying to knock on their door and work their way around those leaders.
Yep, he is knocking on heaven's door here. We're just about 30 laps to go this time by. We're coming up on lap 70 here. This top 3 has not changed a lot of this race besides the 31 of Adams. Look at the push there from the 60 machine of Wishon. He's definitely holding up that line back there, trying not to let him get separated. But Lewis running that middle line there, he's going to try to get under the 1 of Thomas. Can't quite get there. Just doesn't have enough in the tank right now.
Yeah, with 70 laps to go, we are entering the last fuel window. So who's going to be the taker here? I think you're going to see teammates pit with each other, and I think that's what it's going to take as we see the 7 go high and the 60 going to take this opportunity. Now, could this cost them, though?
Yeah, nothing
side by
gained.
side when you're...
Yeah, nothing gained there at all. Unfortunately, that actually hurt the 60 by trying to make it around the 7.
And that just shows you what the draft does, what the capabilities are, because you cannot lose it. Side by side for the lead now, 51 and 31.
31 takes over the lead here.
31 is now at the point, your point leader, your championship leader, most wins on the season. Marcus Adams with 71 complete, now 72 complete, takes the lead here at Michigan.
Yep, it's go time. He knows it. I mean, we saw it right there. He's been holding that move back for a while now. He's going to get up to the first spot now. Smalley now has fallen way back. He's now under threat from Walker Thomas. He has Justin Lewis, Nathan Yarnell, and Roland Collett in tow. And this just shook things up big time here at Michigan.
Here goes the 7 now to the inside of the 1, going out of turn number 4. I don't think that's going to work because the 60 is going to have that draft as we see 3 wide. A little bit further on in the pack now, going back to 2 wide.
Just fanning out of that lead pack could allow. He's door to door with the 1 there.
That was close. 7 got really tight.
That's going to allow that pack behind, which is led by the 55 of Nathan Yarnell, to try to close that gap.
Two wide, 2 back here. We'll see who's going to find themselves in the second spot. Almost 3 wide there. Smalley trying to defend that position. He's got Walker Thomas now moving up to that second spot. Big loose there out of the 51.
Now we got a battle for second and for third and fourth and fifth. The 1, the 7 drop in line. That 7 is committed to rolling that top side. See what he's able to do here. As a 60 drifts up, the 7 drifts low. We're back to single file.
Yeah, 60 had gotten around the 7 there. 7 got a little loose, a few corners back, and 60 took advantage for sure. Walker
Now
Thomas
trying to...
Yeah, saying that Walker Thomas trying to find a way around the 51.
I think he's going to get it here. He does. That second pack also is about 1.9 seconds back from the leader, about 1.5 seconds back from Justin Lewis.
Yellow's out. Yellow is out.
Oh, big wreck.
Oh, boy.
Ty Bostic, Andrew Pileshi involved.
Oh, no.
And that is not... Oh, he's got big front end damage.
But that does open the window, so we should see everybody on pit road get their final stop in of the night under caution.
This is big right here. This is going to shake things up a lot.
That contact was
Bullard.
Yeah, the 3 nipped the 91, and unfortunately that caused the 22 to head straight into the safer barrier. Want to watch that one more time, guys? Kind of watching the 3.
Yeah, just wrong place at the wrong time for the 22 of Ty Bostic. 3 clips to 91, 91 clips to 22. Or did the 91 come down?
Yeah, I'm trying to check. That's where I was thinking.
Yeah, let's see. The 3's moving down. And then
a little bit of drift up there.
More of a
Just
racing
touch.
deal. And, tough break. Tough break for Ty.
Yep.
Here we go. Everybody's on pit road, though. A couple cars did not pit on this last caution. Oh, boy. Roberto Ramirez, Jeremy Brown, and Sammy Harrell. But the 51 and the 1, not great stops. We may see some fuel-only or 2-tire stops right there.
Yep, that stop here at lap 76 put Marcus Adams out and put Kyle Smalley. He'll be back in 7th. However, what I want to focus on is the fact that 3 cars did not come in. The 41 of Roberto Ramirez, who pitted last on lap 55, he cannot finish this race. He needs to stop. Jeremy Brown and Sammy Harrell, both of those drivers stopped on lap 61. They're also going to need to stop.
Well, there's two things that could happen on this restart. They're either going to get overtaken very quickly, which is the more likely option, or this is going to go horribly wrong. I'm hoping it's the first one and we don't have another C word. But so far, bold strategy out of these guys. I guess they're banking on another caution. We'll see, so they can just get on fresher tires. We'll see.
Yeah, another thing to note that Marcus Adams did pit full. You know, he ran a 14.98 full 4-tire stop. However, David Brown, I think he did right sides only.
Ooh.
So he was the only driver to only take right sides.
Yeah, we'll see if he has enough left saved up. I mean, like you said, John, right side tires are going to be one of the keys to this race here. So we'll see if he saved up enough of his left tires, if that'll play a factor into how he runs the rest of this race. But definitely a different strategy there.
Well, both those front row drivers are on older tires. We should see how this impacts this restart. All right, just 23 laps to go here at Michigan in the Tech4Troops Cup Series Firekeepers Casino 200. It's been an event-filled day, 7 cautions so far.
Here we go. Geico restart zone they've entered, and green flag back in the air. Going to be 22 to go at the line. At the point, it is Roberto Ramirez.
Whoa, big moves being made there. Oh, driven all the way down. Yep, there we go.
Don't come up. Don't come up the track. Don't know where the car is, but it's there.
No caution.
No caution.
No caution.
Who was it? Who got turned?
Don't
know.
know.
Like it was the 07.
Oh boy. Oh no. Not what they wanted to see. Here's the 83.
Lots slower cars. Wow.
Oh man, out of 4, this is going to be a little hairy. Where these guys are going to go to 41's going to go to the low line, going to give the top line to the faster cars. David Brown to the point.
That strategy may have paid off. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, still 21 laps to go now. Brown, Adams, Ramirez, Harold, Smalley. That's your top 5. And boy, that shook things up a
wrecking.
Oh, there we go. There's the big one. Again.
Oh boy, we got a bow. This is a 15 car pileup here. 14's involved.
Still wrecking.
Oh, just tagged him at the end of it.
Weaver in the wall. Colette damaged. Lenny destroyed.
A lot of good cars in that one.
Tons of good cars that were on alternate strategies that were trying to play this the right way, and next thing you know, we're all spinning.
Not quite sure where that started.
I mean, I think just do it. Go mid-pack. Go mid-pack and see. I think it's the bright blue car, that baby blue car up there. Yeah, you just had. I'm not sure what car that was.
55.
Oh, it's 55.
Takes out the 9.
And there's the 15 right there getting involved. That's 3 cars to 3. That's 4. It's 5, 6 to 4 of Nathan Harper involved.
The 25 almost got through that.
8 cars. 9 cars. 10, 11, 12 to 5 involved. 14.
Look at Van Norwick getting through that.
The 19, John Ledger sliding. Yeah, guys, that was a 10 to 15 car pileup on the back right there.
25 hard in the wall. All right.
Tough break for the 25.
A lot of cars making their way onto pit road, trying to assess just what is their damage. We're going to take our final commercial break of the night. We will be right back.
When I got out of the military, I had a hard time translating my military experience into the civilian world. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for my wife, I probably would have been that homeless or impoverished vet. But it can be easier with the right support. I'm Mark Casper, and I'm the Executive Director of Tech4Troops. In today's world, you have to have a computer to be able to apply for jobs. Our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce.
Here at Tech4Troops, we're here to push you forward to get you back to where you want to be in life. When the veterans come in, I teach them everything you could think of that's done with a computer. I want them to feel that this is a tool that's going to help them get their life back.
I went into a kind of a deep depression. Eventually, I lost my job and I was out on the street. The computer was able to connect me to the web, and I was able to start putting resumes out. And you have to have these small building blocks to get from point A to point B. I'm not worried about employment anymore.
The need is great, and we want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, folks, 18 laps to go here at Michigan under our 8th caution of the night for a wild melee back in the field. But up front, David L. Brown, Marcus Adams, a couple of drivers who did not pit last time, Sammy Harrell, Roberto Ramirez, neither of them came in this time either. With just 18 laps to go, I'm not sure if those guys are saving fuel. They may be, but can they make it 18 more laps? Go on board with Sammy Harrell. See if
Going to be an interesting start here.
Oh, yeah, it is. Absolutely.
What a day for Marcus Adams.
He is definitely trying to save fuel.
I think it's a good move. I mean, you never know what's going to happen, especially with 18 to go. If this goes green, then we have a caution. Right at the end, we have a green-white checker. I don't think we may see only one green-white checker with how this race has been going. So here we go. Pace car drops off again, hopefully for the last time, as we see a little bit of a stack up on the low line. Oh, boy, we're stacking up a little bit. Car trying to go out of the line, but here we go. Green flag back in the air. 17 laps to go. And we're already 3 wide. Keep in mind the 43 is on 15 lap older tires. The 41 is on 21 lap older tires.
Yeah, this is really that 43 is going to shake things up big time in the front here. We'll see if he can hold on to it. He's got the 31 behind him running the high line. Big gap in the middle there. Almost 3 wide there coming off a turn 4. That got hairy really quick for the 41 machine. Going 3 wide now.
Old tires are not working for him.
51 has made his way back up to 4th.
Yeah, that 51's on a mission.
These guys at the front, David L. Brown, Marcus Adams plus 24, Sammy Harrell up 29 positions.
Like 43 going to get the inside there, really tight there. We saw a little bit of a push. It almost ended badly for the 83. And he's going to try to get the lead in the bottom. Can he get it? No, he's going to fall back to second here. Big blocks from the 83 and especially from the 31. He's making a lot of big moves.
You see, the draft is why that outside line was able to pull almost 4 car lengths on the 43 there. And now following all the way back to 5th, that just shows you how much of an impact the draft will make on the front straight. Here we go down onto the back stretch now with just 15 to go. There's the 34 of Aiden Lucas pushing the 43. And see the 05 coming into the screen. That is Zach Lindgren up 32, now 33 spots.
Oh, almost some contact there with the 05 and the 43. 43 doing his best to stay relevant here. Again, he pitted last on lap 61. He's got a 15 lap to the worst delta between himself and everybody around him.
Looks like we have maybe a side-by-side battle for the lead. 31's trying to take that high line. He will have a run off of the corner. This is going to be interesting to see what he's going to do with David Brown right there. David Brown's going to try to break that draft up just a little bit, but here comes the 31. Will the 31 push him? No, he goes to the inside, down into turn 1. Can the 31 clear him off exit? That's the question. The answer is yes, he can. Back to the lead. Marcus Adams, 13 to go. Inverse that, 31 is in the lead.
Those top 5 or 6 cars all single file, but there's all different ways people are trying to get around here. You see that 7 of Justin Lewis running that high line. He's got a lot of competition. That 47 has made his way back up. That's Austin Call to crack into the top 10.
Yeah, Justin Lewis fell back a little bit from this really strong run he had going early on. He still has 12 laps to try to get something done here. But right now, up in front, Marcus Adams has found his way to lead finally. He has worked really hard to get up there, and now half of this top 10 is playoff drivers. So they've all found their way back up to the front. Wyatt Gray, Austin Call right now swapping 10th and 11th. Lewis, they're fighting for some good points against Sammy Harrell. Aiden Lucas up to the 9th spot now. Really good to see him up in the front. And take a look back there. The 81 of Corinne found his way up to 13th. Really good run. That number 81 for Rock Motorsport. It's been a bit of an up and down year for that team. A couple DNS for them, but they have really found their groove here at Michigan tonight.
Here we go, coming into turn 3. Going to be 10 laps to go to the line.
Caution's out.
Oh boy.
Well, guys, you know how many laps we have to go? 10. What's the trend?
10.
10.
It's almost like clockwork. Oh, man.
Oh, the 14 again.
It looks like the 15 went down, way down, though.
Yeah, he was way up the track already. Just really unfortunate night for Michael Anthony. Let's take a look here. Anthony goes low. 15. Oh, yeah, 15 still going still going down. Wow. Came way down the track there, almost from 2 lanes up.
Yeah, really odd.
Hard hit into the wall. Wow.
Yeah, that 15 is destroyed, but unfortunately that's on him.
Yeah, really weird how he moved down 2 lanes there. 14 did hold his line. Well, we'll see what race control will say about that. That's going to shake things up here big time.
Yep, we're going to get a restart here with 10 laps to go. By the time we go back green, it may be 7. But everybody, a little bit of faking going on there.
Oh, boy.
But Sammy Harrell, who we expected to come in, is in. Aiden Lucas as well. Pretty much everybody that had stayed out the last time has now found their way to pit road. All right, looks like the top 16 stayed out.
Going to be an interesting restart here. You see guys trying to warm those tires up, maybe keep some fuel in the car. But this is a really interesting top 10 here. It's going to be really fun to watch this restart with, I believe we're going to be 8 to go coming to the flag. So we'll go back green with maybe 7 or 6 to go. Your top 10 right now, Marcus Adams in 31. Good day for him, up 25 spots. Walker Thomas in second. He's been really the most consistent car all day long. He stayed in that top 3. David Brown in third, Kyle Smalley in fourth. He's been our leader most of the day. Jared Wisham, Zach Lindgren, Justin Lewis, Wyatt Gray, Matthew Wood, and Jeremy Brown. Those last 2 have not been up front most of the day. William Corinne in the 11th spot. He's pretty much been the sleeper most of the day. He's found his way up to a good position for Rock Motorsports. It's been a really good day for that team.
All right, we'll go back to green next time by. Lights are off on our pace car. Marcus Adams will be in charge of this restart. It's a little bit of drama going back there in row 2, 3.
Just a little bit.
Walker Thomas to the outside, Marcus Adams to the inside. Second row is David Brown and Kyle Smalley. And Jared Wishon and Zach Lindgren there on row 3.
Well, guys, we're going to have 7 to go at the line. What are those cars that pit on lap 91 going to be able to do? They're on 15-lap fresher tires. The question is, can they make up that many spots in 7 laps? Car you want to pay attention to is the 47 or the 43 back there in 17th. All right, they're on the front straight. They're in the Geico restart zone. Green flag back in the air. 7 laps to go. Who's going to get it done?
Really good jump for the 31 machine there. He's going to lead us down into 1 and 2 now. Hornet's Nest back there for the second spot. That's Brown and Thomas trying to go for it there off of turn number 2. Who's going to be our second place spot? Big loose there from Brown. He's going to save it. Ledger into the wall there. He's going to scrape it just a little bit. Couple cars into the wall in the back straightaway there.
Here comes, I believe that is Matthew Wood in the 21 on the inside, making up position after position. 83 got a little loose. Oh boy, we got 3 wide racing here for the front pack. That outside line is rolling though. 6 to go.
They're battling here. Oh, a little bit loose. That 51 is stuck in the middle there.
Oh, this is tight out of turn 2. There's still 3 wide.
16 moves up high. That's Matthew Wood to the high side.
Oh, got some contact between Matthew Wood. No, Matthew Wood. I think that was the 07.
Whoa.
And
Contact.
Oh.
43 and the 47 door to door here. They're 4 wide across the front stretch.
They got to figure this
this
out.
Harry here.
Yeah,
Whoa,
turn 1.
barely clear of Luke Bullard. Wow.
Yeah, you got to figure out 4 wide before you get into 1 here, and this pack right here is not going anywhere. Those cars that pit on 91 have not been able to make up anything as we now have 5 to go. Cars all over the track, multiple lines, but the one that's being consistent is the 31 of Marcus Adams. Going to drop all the way down to the bottom, trying to break that draft. Caution's
caution.
out.
10th of the night. We've broken the double digits. Wow.
Can't tell you what happened, guys.
I really don't know.
Competition caution. No, I'm just kidding. As if the competition wasn't already hot enough.
No clue. No clue. Don't know why that occurred, where it occurred, who it occurred with.
Yeah, I don't see anybody.
Going way out on a limb here. Does anybody come down pit road?
No. can't.
I don't think it'd be worth it at this point in the race. I think it's just too late. If you haven't taken tires or anything, I think it's just too late at this point.
We've sent the message to race control to see if they know what happened. There are a number of drivers making it on pit road. That's the Chuck Van Scoik, Michael Anthony, Philip Van Norwick, and Ty Bostic.
So it looks like we got word that the 99 and the 34 may have brought out some, or had some contact right there.
Well, we can take a look at it. It's Marco Berube. Let's go back and see what we can see. See the 99 and the 34. That's Aiden and Lucas are right there. 34 is coming down. 99's holding his line. Well, 99 drifts up a little bit, and yeah, a little bit of contact. Not much, but enough.
Yeah, just barely going. Yeah, just went around there, full 360. Looks like he kept it off of the wall. Yeah, just barely a touch there. That may knock some toe out.
All right, that puts us on 3 laps to go, which means we will probably get our green-white checker, or we'll see. Expect the lights to go off this time by. Man, this is going to be a wild finish, guys. I mean, they were racing this hard in the first 5 laps. I can't imagine the last 3. But
it's going to be a wild one.
Yeah, a new name. His first race in this series, Matthew Wood, finds himself right now in 3rd place. He's lining up in that 4th position slot to the outside.
Yeah, this is going to be big for a lot of guys who haven't been up front most of the day. This is the time to go. I mean, this is really your last shot here unless another caution comes out.
Which we can hope does not happen. We'll get a couple of laps in here. Field is back and forming up, ready to go back to green. Here in the final few laps in the Tech4Troops Firekeeper Casino 200.
Here we go. 3 laps to go. Green flag in the air. What a jump by the 31. But is that too far out there, guys? We've seen this on super speedways. If you get too far out, the pack's going to close in on you quick.
Yeah, this is probably the restart of the night here. Going 3. Oh, big car into the wall there. Heavy contact. We'll see if that'll bring out a caution. But right now, it's a run to the finish.
No caution.
Here we go. No caution yet.
If they can get back, yeah, if they get back to the white, it's over. If a caution comes out.
83
here we go.
Under the 1.
31 got a little tight there. This may open up the door for the 83. He is there, and he has some help behind him. White flag in the air. 1 more lap around here at Michigan, and the next flag will end the race 3 wide for second place.
7.
Justin Lewis going to the inside.
Oh, man, we got 3 wide for second place, though. Oh, he slid up a little bit. 83 in the 1er door to door.
contact.
Well, big move from Smalley. 16's going to swap places. Here they go. Last chance for the 1. Into 3 and 4.
For the final
Almost
time.
20 spots.
16 trying to get dry, trying to make
boy.
a move. Finds himself in second.
Don't think it's going to be enough. We're wrecking to the line. Marcus Adams wins his 4th race of the season. Matthew Wood in his first race here finishes P2 with Walker Thomas coming home in 3rd.
Was that up 25 spots for Adams?
Yes.
Big
Goodness
move
gracious.
tonight. Wow. And that's a comeback, if anything. That is really big for that team right there. 4 wins on the season. What a win for him.
Good finish by Marcus Adams. Matthew Wood get our first chance. Stay with us while we interview these drivers in just a few minutes here. Marcus Adams goes to the start-finish line, celebrate his victory here, and we do have results.
Alrighty, let's take a look here.
Wrong button.
All right. Your final results here in tonight's Firekeepers Casino 200, brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network, the Tech4Troops Cup Series, and Goat Racing Diecast. You have Marcus Adams winning his 4th race of the season, with Matthew Wood coming home in 2nd, Walker Thomas coming home in 3rd. We're going to interview those 3 drivers, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Shortly after the results have been finalized, Kyle Smalley in 4th, David Brown in 5th, Justin Lewis in 6th, Wyatt Gray in 7th, Zach Lindgren up 31 positions up to P8. John Ledger finishes in 9th, and Jared Wishin finishes in P10.
Jeremy Brown finishes in the 11th spot. Sammy Harrell in the 12th spot. Ryan Cook in the 13th position. Andrew Pileshi 14th. Greg Stone 15th. Austin Call 16th. Roberto Ramirez 17th. Luke Bullard 18th. Cody Sturgill 19th. And Maxwell Caldwell in 20th.
In 21st, you've got David Watts. 22nd is Marco Berube. Michael Anthony in 23rd. 24th is Philip Van Nortwick. Chuck Van Scoik in 25th. Nathan Yarnell 26th. Ty Bostic in 27th. William Corinne in 28th. And Aiden Lucas in 29th. Christoph Hall finishes in 30th.
In 31st, Aaron Jackson. Roland Collette finishes in 32nd. Garrett Johnston finishes 33rd, with Zachary Allen finishing in 34th. Jordan Weaver finishes 35th, with Nathan Harper in 36th. Alex Lenny, Todd Merkel, Tracy Powers, and Justin Horton finished 37th, 38th, 39th, and 40th.
All right, with that, let's bring in our 3rd place finisher, Walker Thomas, who is no stranger to the broadcast booth. We've talked to Walker these last few races, and here we are again. Walker, you are on the podium again. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys. 3 weeks in a row, I wasn't sure I was actually going to get to talk to you, so it was great.
Yeah, wild race here at Michigan. We noticed certainly the car seems a little bit loose coming out of 2. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, the package is just so close together. It's really about protecting the right rear and keeping the momentum up. So I think all of us fought loose for sure. It was just who could kind of handle it off to the best. Seemed like the wider you kind of ran it, the better it seemed, at least as far as comfortability. So I protected my right rear all night and ultimately ended up being able to bring a home P3, which is obviously we'll take it.
Well, congratulations on your finish. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, shout out to Marcus obviously for the win. Technically he's not on the team, but you know we treat him like he is a teammate. So congrats to him. I think that's win number 4 on the year, if I'm not wrong. So
you're right.
Strong for him. Happy to see that. Shout out to Kyle. He kind of had a bad break there on the second to last restart, I believe, and lost a few spots, but he was able to bring it back home for a good finish. Diecast fans, shout out to them, always being on the car. Make sure you use code DFANS on CircleB.com. And yeah, the Balls cars were faster than Xfinity Mobile. I think I got it right tonight. So appreciate you guys as always. Shout out to you guys as well. Appreciate you guys putting this on every week for us.
You got it. All right, there's your third place finisher, Walker Thomas here. And with that, let's bring our newcomer into the booth. Matthew Wood, welcome to the broadcast booth. Great finish.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Man, we were watching you. Of course, you started, a good qualifying effort, but really you were kind of working your way up through the field, and then those last cautions flew. You found yourself right at the front.
Yeah, it was a struggle. Of course, this is my first race here. I do some racing quite a bit throughout the week, but Aiden Lucas brought me here, said, this is pretty fun. I want you to do it with me. School just got out. I'm only a sophomore, so I couldn't really do any racing during the week, and finally let out, and I was like, you know what, Aiden, I'm going to do that racing you've been talking about. And got in here, and it was pretty fun. It was really fun, especially up at the front, but I about wrecked the 83. He saved it, set me back. Then I think it was the 98, hit somebody, speared across the track, and he had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to go. I hit him and worked my way back up to 12th. Strategy put me back to last, and I was able to work up about 14 positions and just make my way up from there. So it was really, really fun, especially racing with the goat racing guys.
Well, again, congratulations. Good to talk with you. Our first time speaking with you. Obviously, it's your first start. If this is some visions of things to come, we're looking forward to having you with the group.
Thank you, man. This has, again, been awesome. Road courses are my thing, so I got some coming up. I'm excited.
Yes, you do. We're going to be, I think, at Road America next week.
Yep, Road America. So
Cool.
I might run the Nürburgring 24 this week, and it's just going to be insane.
Any shout-outs tonight, Matthew?
Yeah, of course, Aiden and the Go Racing guys, it was a pleasure working with them, and NJB Designs for making all my paint schemes. Races for Christ, they do a lot for me. I think the Lord has done for me for what they always will, and we'll continue to race here and hopefully have as much fun as I did tonight.
Sounds great. All right, that's your second place finisher, Matthew Wood here at Michigan. And with that, we'll bring into the booth someone who is no stranger. Marcus Adams wins his fourth time tonight here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Marcus, congratulations.
Thank you. I did not expect this one. I will say that.
You started a little bit deeper in the pack than we typically would see you.
Yeah. So honestly, the first times I make laps like in the league or on iRacing is during like practice for the league. My first lap tonight was qualifying, which I pounded the wall, so I didn't really even get a qualifying lap in. But where I started in the back, I just played a different strategy, and that got me to the front, and I figured out how to drive it then.
Yeah, you came up 26 spots there. Obviously, watching all those cautions happen in front of, behind you, did you think those cautions would play a really big role in you getting up to the front? Did you kind of, use them to your advantage?
Yeah, so once the race started, I was basically hoping for a wreck fest at the beginning. That way, the people towards the front would take tires, and I would not, and then get a caution like 10 laps later, and I would take tires when they don't. And thankfully, that is what happened.
Well, we're super pleased to see you up at the front this time. Just some great racing. What's your thoughts about road courses?
Oh, I'm going to be non-existent, so I will not even be on the broadcast. I will probably, I don't even know what road course it is. What is it?
We're at Road America next week.
I don't even think I have that track bought, so. Yeah, the road courses can go into the ocean.
Well, I think you're safe for the playoffs. I'll say that.
Yeah, I'll try to make it, but road courses can blow up, and I'll be happy.
Well, right after you take your break on the road courses, we come back to Pocono and Atlanta, so a couple opportunities there, I'm sure, for you.
Yeah, Atlanta. I'm the super speedway merchant, so I'm looking forward to that.
That sounds great. All right. Well, again, congratulations. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, you guys for the broadcast. Everyone who, donates to the league, the sponsors. Elite Designs, Diecast Fans, Balls Out Racing, everybody who makes this possible.
You got it. All right, congratulations to Marcus Adams on the win. Guys, any parting thoughts tonight?
Just want to give a shout out to Marcus, another awesome win, and pretty impressive that your first lap was turning qualifying. I mean, that just shows you the skill there and who is out here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Make sure to tune in next week as we are at Road America. Going to be a fun one because we are not going to be traveling to Mexico. And then also make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the INRS. They are at Michigan again, so make sure to tune in tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that Marcus Adams has 4 wins this season and is more than likely the championship favorite right now. To turn your first lap in qualifying, starting in 26, and end up winning the whole dang thing, that's pretty impressive from a driver like him. So shout out to Marcus Adams. Great drive by him tonight. A lot of unexpecteds in the top 10 tonight. You had John Ledger finish in the 9th spot. Zach Lindgren up a lot of spots as well. So a really good race tonight. A little bit of a caution fest, but nonetheless a very exciting finish to tonight's race.
All right. Well, from myself and the broadcast team, we appreciate those of you who tuned in and watched our broadcast tonight. Tune in tomorrow night for the INRS Racing Series. Also happens to be here at Michigan. We'll watch those racers show us what they can do tomorrow night. And for the guys, we thank you for tuning in and have a great night. Good night, folks.